What's going on, YouTube? How you guys doing today? That's good to hear. You're back with another installment of Kicking It with Crash. Today we've got a first ride for you guys. As you can see, we are on the Suzuki Bandit 2016. So far, man, this seems like a pretty nice motorcycle. It's a 1200, if I'm not mistaken. It does give you a more upright riding position. Kind of feels like the GSX-S or even a Ninja 650. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more upright, a little bit more ergonomic, this would probably be a good option. Being that it is a 1200, it does give you plenty of power. Not quite like the 650. This is going to be a 4-cylinder. So like I said, you should have plenty of power if you want to get out there and, you know, hit the canyons and be able to get away in traffic. I've only been riding this bike for about 20 minutes now. I work for a Suzuki dealership, so our Suzuki rep came in and he dropped his bike off and he said he wanted us to put some miles on it. So I jumped on the opportunity to take it home. I'll probably have it in my possession for a couple days, you know, just kind of fill it out, put some miles on it. So far, it's pretty good. Kind of compared it to riding a GSX-R. You have that upright riding position. The tank feels about the same size, but the bars would be the big difference. With these bars, I feel like I am almost sitting in a lazy boy, just kind of upright, relaxing. Something I probably could get used to. It's not too bad. As you can see, this bike only has 285 miles on it, so it's practically a brand new bike. Like I said, the Suzuki rep dropped it off, so I'm pretty sure they just throw him bikes and tell him to go ride them. He's an older guy, so he doesn't really get out and do too much riding, I guess. So that's why he brought it to us and told us to ride away. So that is what I plan on doing. I am not really a fan of this stock exhaust. I'll pull over here in a second and let you guys take a look at the bike. It's not a horrible looking bike. It's pretty cool looking, I guess, if you're into this more upright riding position. Me, I'm still into the sports bikes, so I like bikes with the clip-ons. I guess this is something I could probably get used to if had to, but I prefer clip-ons. Yeah, the thing has plenty of power if you need to grab a fistful of throttle and get out of a situation. You'll definitely be able to do it. It just comes down to the styling of the bike. I don't think too many younger people would actually get into the style of the Bandit. I've met a few people that actually ride these. Everybody that I've met that rides them are 65 and up. It definitely has a old man styling behind it. But I'm pretty sure it's some young guys out here that want to ride and sit upright, not be leaned over the tank like this at all times. So, like I said, if that's you, then I would look into the Ninja 650s, the GXS, or GSXS. There we go, GXSS. That is a very fucking confusing name. That has entirely too many letters in it that sound the same. But yeah, that would be a good look. Hell, probably even a FZ09 or something along those lines. Just not quite my cup of tea. I'll have to look up some specs and see what kind of gas mileage this thing gets. Because if it gets pretty decent gas mileage, that would be a benefit. I know it's not going to give you that race power. I feel like it makes its power more on the mid-range low. So as you guys can see, you've got a tachometer here. You have your digital speedometer. Your speedometer also displays your odometer. You have a clock and you have a fuel gauge. Fuel gauges are one of those things coming from riding sports bikes. I don't have a fuel gauge. I've never had a bike with a fuel gauge on it. So, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal to just kind of look for a yellow light to pop on and let you know when you're getting low in gas. But I guess actually having a physical gauge is one of those things. You can kind of glance down at a quick glance and know exactly how much gas you've got. As you guys can see, this thing does not have a gear indicator. I guess I'm spoiled. Gear indicators are one of those things I kind of enjoy, being able to kind of glance down and know exactly what gear I'm in, especially if I stay in a gear for a long time. I might actually forget what gear I'm in. Shame on me. So, you know, I have to kind of keep account of the gears. Not a total deal breaker, but like I said, it's a little bit more convenient to be able to kind of glance down and see exactly what gear you're in. Counting gears is not a big issue. I guess that's what they did before they ever put gear indicators on these things, was kind of left it to where you had to count them. Let me see if I can find a good spot to pull over and kind of go over things with you guys. Alright guys, this is the 2016 Suzuki Bandit. As you can see, it is a 1200 or a 1250. You do have ABS on this model. I would classify this as a semi-naked bike. You do have your fairing and your windscreen on the front, but as you can see, there's no side fairings. There's no covering at the bottom. That's that god-awful exhaust I was telling you guys about. Thing is just hideous. A big chrome baseball bat. But so far, it seems like a fun little bike. Like I said, if you're into the more upright riding position, then that might actually be a good fit for you. Me personally, you know, it's not necessarily my cup of tea. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. There should be plenty of more first rides to come. Like I said, I work at a Suzuki dealer. We also sell Kawasaki, so every time I get a rep, I'll corner them and try to get them to lend me a bike so I can do a review for you guys and kind of push that out there into the world. If there's any other bikes that you guys would like me to review, go ahead and leave those in the comment sections, and I'll see what I can do about getting on one of those. Alright guys, until next time, ride safe.